Now for vacuuming and mopping, those area rugs that we had in the bathroom, some people have them in their kitchens and by their doors and stuff. You're going to want to step on a corner when you vacuum them and pick the vacuum up like this to go back and forth. Because if you pull back, it will suck up the corner of the rugs. If you need to, you can always have a teammate help you too to hold each end. That way you can pull back if you need to. When you get into the bedroom, I do this for living rooms as well. I always do the carpet area last. Some carpets, they have like a thickness to them where you can see the vacuum lines and you're not going to want to walk over those. So I just always do the carpets last. Here, you use your floor piece, stick it on the end of the vacuum wand, and you're going to get underneath stuff. There was a little trash can that I had lifted over there and got underneath. You'll lift everything that you can. And then underneath the beds are super, super important. Just always look under there so you don't suck up any socks, underwear, cat toys, tissues, any trash, anything like that. It's not good for the vacuum. Um, so you'll go every side of the bed and you're going to get underneath. That way you get the full area. There is a little area carpet over here. Just kind of toss that over. I will vacuum that when I get to the carpet, and then we'll just set it back. Once it's done being mopped, it will be placed back by the person mopping. Just always put it back over um, in the area that it was so they know where it goes. And then again, same thing. I stepped on the corner of this one so it didn't go back and forth on me. And then I kind of just threw it back over there. They'll know that it goes there. Um, if you put it in the correct area, I mean, don't just kind of toss it over there and expect them to know. Just make sure it lands where it's supposed to be. And then obviously where this little bench was, I'm going to vacuum that, put the bench back. That's also a light item that you can move. You can't move the dresser, obviously, and the vacuum doesn't get all the way underneath it. If this was a hardwood floor underneath there and the vacuum didn't go under, you can always use your Swiffer and just get the floor with the Swiffer. So you will vacuum your way out. And then under here, or over here, we're going to do all the hardwood first. I moved that little lamp. It was super light. Like I said, again, move everything that you possibly can. And then I should have gotten underneath the carpet corners with that floor piece. So when you're doing hard floors and there's a carpet, always get underneath it with the corner. Just lift it a little. And then obviously vacuum the carpet. And then same thing in here. We're going to get all of our edges. Underneath the entertainment center, I was able to reach under there, pick up the magazine rack, the little ottoman. I moved that out of the way, put that back. Underneath the couch, same thing, like under beds. Anything that you can get under, you need to get under. Um, I think there was a little bit of trash under there, so it's always important to check so you don't suck that up in your vacuum. And then obviously we're going to go to the carpet. There's a little bag over here. I just picked that up, vacuumed under it, and placed it back where it was. And then this coffee table was super light, so I just pulled that out and got underneath it because you can't get the vacuum under there. And there's usually crumbs and stuff some people eat in their living room or whatever. It could be toys from kids or pet toys or something. So just pull it out and vacuum underneath it. And then obviously place it back where it was neatly, make sure it's straight. And then the person vacuuming, we have a little attachment on our vacuums that you will use to get underneath couch cushions. People who have kids, even their pets, it gets a lot of hair under there, some food, sometimes wrappers from candy or whatever. Um, so just always go underneath the couches. I did get the tops of the couch earlier with the Chom Chom, so you don't have to worry about it. If you do see some dirt or, crumbs or whatever, just you can always hit it with that vacuum real quick. But the couch should be done by the person dusting on the top, and then the person vacuuming should do underneath the cushions. And just make sure everything looks nice and In the kitchen, you're going to do the same thing. You're going to use your hardwood floor piece and you are going to get the hardwood area in the kitchen. And then over by the trash can, if you remember earlier in the video of the kitchen, we did the floor by hand. So you're not going to have to pull the trash can out and get behind it. So you're going to vacuum the entire kitchen. I think I'm getting over here by the couch when I didn't get that part of the living room. And then when you get along the edges here, if you put your vacuum up to it and you kind of just tip it back and tip it up, it will get a lot of the crumbs that are under there. Makes it a little bit easier. Just be sure not to like smash your vacuum off of baseboards and stuff like that. You want to be very gentle with the vacuums and with other people's stuff. You know, this is their home. They don't want to hear you smashing your vacuum off of their baseboards, and you can leave marks. Um, Big things that can't be sucked up in the vacuum, always make sure you pick those up so you don't clog the vacuum or break the vacuum. And then so you'll just get this whole kitchen area. And then we will move over to mopping. So when you mop a kitchen, so you'll do the bathrooms by hand. And when you mop a kitchen, you're going to want to get that area around the countertops. You're going to want to do that with a rag. I always throw a rag in my mop bucket. I should have said that earlier. I always throw a rag in my mop bucket because you're going to use it on stairs as well. All stairs get done by hand. You do not use the mop. Um, but you're going to get the edges of the counters with your rag. Just as you can see, like right here, it gets kind of stuck. Some sticky stuff stuck on the floor, and there is some splatters on those cabinets that I did miss, and those kickboards underneath. Sometimes if you drop something and it splatters, you can't see it at eye level. So when you're down there, just always check those kickboards too. Those are super important. And then I did get underneath the stove the best that I could reach with that rag as well, because the dirt does collect and the vacuum doesn't go through there that much. So you're going to wring your mop pad out the best that you can. You do not want your mop pad soaking wet. Um, and then, so you're going to mop. You can mop right over where you had already wiped just to kind of connect those two spots, but always get those on your hands and knees. And then I am always doing a section, dipping my mop pad back in the bucket, wringing it out and doing it. I do this multiple times. You don't want to use one dip of your mop pad for an entire room, especially a kitchen. Those are super dirty, or high traffic areas. Those get really dirty. You want to keep rinsing. Um, so there's that. And then when you do kitchen tables, I find it easier. You're going to move everything out, all the chairs. You're going to pull them out. Usually when you're vacuuming, I like to um, pull these things out so that way the person that's mopping can get under there real quick, and then be able to put the chairs back and then continue on mopping instead of having to pull them out. This was a smaller area, so I did do it by hand, just kind of easier to get around those legs. So if you can do the dining room area underneath the table and stuff by hand, you should do it that way. Place the items back. Do not drag the chairs across the floor. Make sure you lift them. Same thing like in the kitchen with that countertop, how I kind of dragged the coffee pot. You need to always lift everything. Don't ever drag across the floor. And here I'm just going to show you guys a few ways not to mop. Put your mop pad down and you're going to go against the grain. You do not want to do that. You want to go that way, but you want to apply pressure, and you don't want to mop an area and then just walk all over it. You want to apply a lot of pressure. And then right here again, I should have gone under the corners of those rugs. So make sure that you're lifting up the corners of those. Lots of pressure, lots of pressure. And that is all.